presents
The Steamrollers
Adventure Podcast
contains mature language
and situations.
Discretion
is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast, the longest-running D&D style steampunk action-adventure comedy.
Now in our 10th year.
That is correct. In fact, all paid Patreon members during the month of March are treated like gold members.
Yup, and that's every March, not just this very special...
Wait, hold on a second. I didn't hear anything after Margie mentioned Patreon.
So?
So where's Boris? Boris?
Try the new steampunk inter-office comlinks I installed, Nigel.
The what?
The blow tube sticking out of the wall.
Oh. Boris, you're wanted on the bridge. I mean the studio. Comlinks. What the hell?
Here he comes. He looks pretty mad.
What do you want? I have enough problems.
What's going on with you?
Ben and I were trying to publish our goddamn podcast to compete with this piece of shit show, and I can't get the episodes out because of that goddamn Sloppify.
What show?
You know, the one he mentioned a couple episodes ago.
Captain Snow Slush and the Clockwork Babes.
I thought he was joking.
Nope. And now fuckers at Sloppify have told me I got copyright validation infringement bullshit shit.
Well, that's what you get when you use copyrighted music.
We didn't. We borrowed music from your show, Copperheart.
Well, there you go. That's mine. It was composed and performed by Astral Fog specifically for use in Copperheart.
Did you know Sloppify said the same thing about some of your Copperheart episodes, big boy?
What?
It is true.
Well...
Fuck them.
Well, we still have this show to do. Robbie?
Protocol 402, other Rigg story shows. If you like this show, you are bound to like Whiskey Tangle Furball on the YouTubes. Or Copperheart, now also on the YouTubes, instead of Sloppify.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's new. You should be able to find every episode of Copperheart on Rigg Story's YouTube channel. They're not in order yet, so wait for an official announcement before you go try those out. YouTube can be a major stickler for copyright, but they have yet to find any issues with my shows.
As they shouldn't. Sloppify is bullshit. Fuck them.
Margie?
Previously in the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast. A long time ago, in a state far, far away, Oliver Glass had reunited with his former charge, Penny, now married to a handyman named Jax. When last we left Oliver, he invited Penny and her husband to stay with him while he worked on constructing a mobile miniature of the landcrawler Epsom City.
Wow, that was like chapter 3 of this season.
That must mean he's setting out for his date with destiny at Halo, soon to meet the other characters. Ooh.
Fuck them.
No, guys, not the character. Not guys.
Ironic, since the wall surrounding Halo was once a tread off that massive land crawler.
Oh, good one, Ben. That's true.
How'd you do that?
Hush, child. Here you go, Ben.
Season 4, episode 317. 33 chapters since we last heard from this guy. Oliver's Glass House.
Boris, where are you going?
To enroll at Valparaiso Law School, specializing in copyright bullshit.
Are you not going to say, Boris, come here? Come here.
Nah, let him go. I want to watch him cook.
Welcome to Crap Rolled in Shit.
Trap!
Strap is your steampunk adventure comedy. Your silly tabletop roleplay fantasy. We're the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast. Sit back, relax, and just have a blast. We're the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast. It's totally not crap. Rolled into shit. Sit back, relax, and just have a blast. It's totally not crap. Rolled in shit.
The Urban Dictionary calls SRAP. Anyway, welcome to the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast.
Trap! But glad it's happening. Okay, and to that end, we're not doing introductions anymore.
Oh.
Because, I mean, we can. Actually, we should, because we've got to introduce Eric as well. But yeah, I guess. Well, actually, we're not doing outros, is what it is. But yeah, this is now I get to say this. This is the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast, the only action-adventure comedy, steampunk, role-playing game podcast, longest running, period, exclamation point, semicolon.
Full stop.
Full stop, yeah. And we are here recording the session with Dave. Dave, tell us about yourself. What's going on? Who are you playing? What do you got to say about the game rules? No, let's save that for later.
My name is Dave. I'm playing Oliver Glass, and looking at my character sheet, I am not sure what I'm good at.
A little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I have a Y for effort, which I think is good.
It is.
But it's not a number, unlike all the other numbers on here, so no idea.
Y is very good.
Yes.
And for those of you who are listening, who are patrons, thanks to Dave and his comments about the chaotic nature of the character sheets, I will be piecing together probably about 16 or 18 pages worth of the how-to manual that explains what they all mean.
I refuse to read them.
You don't have to, because you live them.
Right.
You live them. That's right. Actually, the only reason to roll dice is to make that sound.
It's true.
And then that's, and we're good. Also joining us is a gold patron by the name of, I'll let him introduce himself. He is here as an observer, since this is a Dave one-on-one. I did invite all the other players to sit in the peanut gallery and offer commentary and left turns. And
ever since Bradford, no one wants to show up.
No one, everybody's afraid because of Bradford. But we do have one brave soul. And Eric, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell the people what you do?
All right. Well, I'm Eric McNeil. I recently a subscriber to the show. Really enjoy it. I run my own podcast, which is a history podcast called Chasing Memory, and I was looking for entertainment on my way to teach at school an hour away, and I found you guys. So
sweet. And hopefully 6 years from now, when this episode comes out, your podcast will still be going on, so people can tune in. Hopefully it won't be that long, but I mean, since RAP is now only out once a month, it could be. I might have to make the episodes 4 hours long. So in other words, just like all the other D&D podcasts.
Yeah.
Only, only SRAP doesn't sound like this. I'm gonna go and search with the dragon. Why don't you give me another cola? Who wants a Mountain Dew? All over the board. Not to cast mockery at our cousins on the D&D side, although they mock us all the time. Same way Dave does.
Do they?
They do. What's with these rules?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, folks, that's what we're going to find out today.
Right, I'm going to roll something.
Yes, because we're picking up where we left off a year and a half ago, probably. Oliver Glass in Nevada, and the remnants of what was Epsom City, one of the greatest land-rolling cities ever constructed. Now, thanks to the war, and Texas, just a hunk of rusted metal and debris. And Oliver had created a miniature army of robotic, like steampunk retriever drone droids to safely remove armaments from downed aircraft so that he can use them in his experiments and building and such. And he's down to his last one, whose name is Bob, after Chuck blew up trying to pull the bombs off of a Texas airplane's wing. Bob's not listed on your companion sheet.
He's not. I was going to write him. I'll just write him on there.
Yeah, go ahead and write him on there.
Bob.
I will fill that in on the update. But yeah, Bob. Good old Bob. And and I had said initially, even though it's going to seem like he's got a personality, it's got a personality. Bob is basically just a drone. So yeah. And as much as I tried to get you to add a personality, you blocked me there because you knew what was going to happen. It's like, I want to make people cry when the robot explodes.
Yeah, right. I'm going to kill this one on purpose.
Little calipers reaching for help and no one is there.
Oliver's very torn now with the free Cogman movement and all that stuff. So he's not messing with artificial intelligence anymore.
Exactly.
Nothing good comes of that.
Right.
Moral quandary.
Okay, and yeah, Oliver has been living on his own. The sole, actually, I think we had commented also that technically Oliver is the ruler of his own. He's the mayor of his own city, or the king or president of his own little miniature country there, since Epsom City is, he's the only human being there. Him and his various labs and inventions, and keep in mind, you have all of the rooms and structures and buildings and machine shops and warehouses and things you can imagine, because you have an entire city and it's all yours. And some of it you may not have even seen before. And just when Dave thought he would be rid of Penny and Shiloh forever, back comes Penny. Although she is now an 18-year-old adult, she is married to Jax. Jax has kind of taken the...
Fun I never had.
And Jax has kind of taken the place of, as Penny would call him, her crazy brother, because Shiloh apparently has gone off the deep end with the whole Trinity thing. Although he is teaching people your sign language. So ASL, as it will become to know, as we will come to know it in this rap universe, as it spreads, will officially have been invented by Oliver Glass. So don't tell me you didn't invent anything.
Right.
Of course, it's not mechanical. I'll bet you never thought when you started playing this game, you're going, I'm going to invent sign language.
Oh, my.
In fact, yeah, that's also how Bob communicates. Because you made him with little fingers so that he's able to...
Sign.
Yeah.
That's good.
I only know how to say I'm falling in love with a railroad cop. In case it comes up. If I ever meet a railroad cop and we fall madly in love, I can say that. That's all I got. I can also say the F word. I'd save that one for Derek.
That's traffic finger, right?
Yeah.
Turtle.
Oh, okay. See?
That one.
See?
Turtle.
Okay, so, Oliver invited Penny and Jax to stay for a couple days while they get some stuff together. Jax was going to help out with some construction and inventing work if Oliver so wanted. They had said that they were hunting keepers.
Yes.
And the only information you got from them is that these keepers are the opposite of the Trinity. That's all she was going by. And her and Jax weren't hunting them to kill them unless they were going against the Trinity for realsies. Penny just wanted to follow them because they showed up out of nowhere, and it seemed like, in her mind, in her religious intuition, she just felt that something bad was coming because of them.
Right.
So that's what they were doing here. So we're going to, since it's been a short time since we've last recorded, we'll skip ahead a couple days and have everybody settled in. Bob did not blow up. In fact, with Jax's help, some of the ordnance was removed because, let's just say this happened. Jax had said, it's like you really can't have a steam-powered robotic thing remove bombs. I think it would take a human touch. And he goes, "Let me help. I'll go do it." And I would guess that Oliver might say, "No, that's too dangerous." And Penny would go, "Let him go. Let him do it. Let him do it." It's like, I'm sick of this marriage already. Let him do it.
Yeah, that's great. Divorced by high explosive.
Yeah. But as it turns out, I mean, to some degree, he was right, because he managed to, you go out there with Bob, and Bob pulls the pin, bomb drops, and Jax catches it, and gently puts it on a rack to tow back. So you do get a couple of them. There are a few more out there, but you got enough to work on for whatever application you may wish to use.
Yeah.
I threw that out there because I wanted to blow up a droid at the beginning of your introduction.
Yeah.
Without thinking what you may need that for, so that's up to you.
Okay. Explosive.
Right. Jax has been very helpful. He's been helping with, let's say you have a framework for your Epsom City 2. I was going to ask you, how big did you want to make that?
It's not big. It's like the size of a house. So It's not, a modest 3-bedroom on tracks that drives around with cannons.
Cannon. Oh yeah, you did talk about
a normal house.
You talked about having electrified armor or something.
Yeah, and I forget the exact details of it, but yeah, not huge. Just Right. It'd be cool to cruise around in my own place.
Okay, cool. So in a couple days,
I was going to go find my mom. right? Because she's gone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have no idea where she is or what happened to anybody, because when you got here, everybody was gone.
Yeah.
You did find many bodies, which were given proper burials, but nobody you knew. And it seemed like most of the people just abandoned ship, literally, and they went off somewhere. Since Texas was attacking, not likely that they would head towards the southeast, because that would lead them right into the lion's den, and northwest would lead them into uncharted stuff where who knows what's going on there. So they most likely either went southwest towards Mexico, or more towards Mexico, that is. It's like steer down and then cross the Colorado River like 3 or 4 times and then be there.
Yep.
Or move to the northeast toward the Empire, since the Empire was attacking Texas here, and the people on Epsom City were probably like, they're our only friends because they were trying to help us, so the Empire must be good, and we know they won the war. By the way, Eric, spoilers. I should have cautioned you.
Yeah.
That's all right.
They won the war.
One, yes.
Nobody wins.
Right, nobody wins war.
0 will win.
That's right.
I'll have to go put on the band now. Here.
Yeah. Talk about an invention.
Is that a standing desk?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And my fat ass uses it to slouch or sit up straight. I use it, this much of it. It's like,
Yeah.
or it's like, I need to vacuum. And I raise it all the way up, and then it's like, I should get the hammock that goes underneath it. Which is one of the peripherals. You can actually order a hammock, so you can raise the desk all the way up to almost chin level and climb in and take a nap. So you can pretend you're a Japanese worker, or maybe somebody on a break on Amazon.
The Amazon driver near us, not to get off topic, but doesn't close the door.
Oh, God.
She in her van, like, she drives through the neighborhood with the door open so she can just run in and out.
Yeah.
And then we're the last stop, like, on the road, and she accelerates really fast at the stop sign and slams on the brakes so the door goes. She's very efficient.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll bet that's taught.
Maybe.
Yeah, when they're training their drivers. All right, last stop. Here's how you slam the door. Don't bother with doors. You'll pinch your fingers, and then we'll have this whole HR thing.
That's how my Epsom City 2.0, we're going to close the door. We're going to drive and stop really quickly, and the door's going to shut.
Okay. So we're going to say, because you had been working on it, because it had been 5-6 years since the incident with the key turn and whatnot, and coming back home, that you have a pretty good framework of Epsom City 2.0, or whatever you want to call it, House of Epsom, the Nautilus, land Nautilus, Walker on treads.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with a good name for it. The Epsom House.
The glass crawler. The Epsom House.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Those who live in glass houses should not get close to them or they'll get shocked. So you have the framework. We could even say that you are able to put together the treads, the engine, the necessary functional steam, the tanks and piping and all that kind of stuff. You got your wiring in, your the clockwork mechanisms that you would need for various electrical controls and whatnot. That's all in. So you're pretty much just building the house framework and getting everything routed to, the plumbing and whatnot. And
my lightning towers.
Yeah, and your lightning towers. Yeah. Ooh, to get an extra boost.
Yeah.
Right.
In case there's a storm.
Right. Exactly.
But, yeah, I think the plan would be to get the framework in place and the supplies on, and then I can start the journey and finish it as I go.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because we want to go find the survivors. You're laughing because they're all dead.
No, I'm laughing because it's like, oh, Dave has laid out a quest for Oliver. That's not going to go that way. No, not necessarily. Jenn, you weren't there for the recordings, but Jenn actually got a hot tip and knows exactly where her mom is. So Connie found her mom, not in person. She just happened to find out that her mom was marrying a warlock, so everything's fine. It's going to be fine.
That's how that sounds.
Yeah. It's not Machiavelli Sorvino either.
That's good. It goes. It's a little sketchy. He's hitting every generation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's time for a SRAP flashback.
That would be me, a man says, a smallish man who is behind him, who like quickly steps forward and around him, reaching up to force his arms down. And the highwayman just looks down at this guy who's he's short. He's maybe Connie's height, maybe even a little shorter. Black curly hair, dark eyes, olive skin, and he's wearing a smashingly spectacular brown suit with a red vest and a gold watch chain. I am so very sorry for him.
Connie kind of is taken aback a little bit by that. Like, and who are you?
A friend. He's approaching.
Doesn't seem
Not
like
hard
it.
to believe. Yeah.
He starts approaching slowly, offering a hand as in friendship. His other hand held back, fingers splayed as if telling the highwayman to stay back. As you see, he is totally under my control. The guy keeps his distance, and he will like press a hand to his chest and bow deeply, respectfully, and say, "I am so very sorry that my friend is causing you discomfort."
And everybody else in this town, and probably outside of the town, who's killing people.
This is a very peculiar place. I've only just arrived here. Perhaps you could show me around? I could.
No, I've got something else to do. I'm sorry.
No,
Maybe you can find
wait.
a local.
No, wait, please. Let me come with you.
This has been a SRAP flashback.
The Jaxes. Oh yeah, they never said their last name. They pretty much just go by Jax and Penny. You have no idea what Jax's last name is, and she's just Penny. He calls her Penelope, and she can't stand it. You know, she would tell you, and she's trying to get him to say something like Pins, or at least some kind of nickname. She can't stand Penelope. That's why when she changed her own name to Penny, she spelled it with an I, so it'd be Penny, so it'd be different from Penny, and people wouldn't say Penelope. But Jax ruined it. Jackson. So, and they're also in the process. She was mostly working on putting together like a covered wagon, kind of a cart-like thing with some supplies and defensive things so that they can go about their way. And they were constructing it with the intention of bridling horses to it. But also, Jax, having worked with you, was like, no, let's add a steam tank in there. We're not going to have any room for Bibles then.
Horses are for losers.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. That's passe. Yeah. Horses caused the war.
Right. You have to have a good experience with the horse.
Right, exactly. Okay, so now I turn it over to you. What would you? And this is where you're going to get a lot of freebies. What kind of things would Oliver want or work on or do or say in like a couple of days after they've arrived?
So I think he is trying to get to know Jax.
Mm-hmm.
He's concerned with Penny and how she's being treated.
Mm-hmm.
But also trying to learn more about what's going on with Shiloh, because I know he's sort of crazy.
Yeah.
But it sounds like, I'm not sure about the organization of the church. And is he like up there in the organization? Is that kind of how that was working? Or
Yeah, the way she describes it, they both actually became seers. They're like, she's a lower ranking seer. They actually do have like levels. And Shiloh went batshit crazy. He kind of the opposite of it. When you first met them as children, she was the real Bible thumper, and he was the one who kept rolling his eyes. Now, for some reason, at some point, something happened that made him just embrace the three circles with a line through it. And now he just wears those gray robes. He carries a book under his arm. He's got, the Trinity religious symbols, and he's even branded more on himself and on his palms, and he does a lot of laying on of palms kind of thing and whatever. And he goes around from small town to small town holding revivals where a person that he travels with, who he's taught the sign language to, he will sign to them from the pulpit, and they'll scream from where they are. So it's like the opposite of like a preacher and someone doing sign language. He's doing sign language from the pulpit, and they're like, and then on the fourth day, So that's what he's been doing. And Penny described him, and he is shockingly similar to that future Shiloh that you had run into in Peace.
Did past Shiloh meet future Shiloh? I don't remember. Were they there at the time? I can't.
Yeah, they were there.
I think they were both there.
Yeah. The kids were uncomfortable with the whole situation.
It's time for a SRAP flashback.
All right, so yeah, a man enters it's kind of a medium build. He's got kind of a wide round face.
Does it look like he likes cheese?
Friendly smile. Yeah, it looks like he enjoys cheese. It's not Martin Barnett. And he has blonde curly hair that like fills out his whole head.
Too much curly hair
covers
today.
his ears and forehead and his like full pouty lips for a man.
So it's like a grown-up version of the kid from Bad Santa.
Yeah. Well,
he looks like a river folk.
I don't know about that. Yeah, my initial thought was like Colin Baker from Doctor Who, but with more of a perm. I don't know.
Well, that kid had a perm.
Okay, he did. Yeah, he did.
So, he comes in and you see Connie that he is looking at the kids and his jaw drops.
Not another one.
Yeah,
it's another Santa.
Is it gonna be another person trying to buy the kids off me?
If you get a good deal, take it.
And do I
draw your Derringer right between the eyes?
No, she's got the big gun now.
Nothing bad happens in peace.
Connie kind of steps up a bit to Oliver and says quietly to him, is there somebody
Pervert
looking
over there.
for your kids? For the kids? The kids, just in case somebody's overhearing.
So Oliver will look around, glance at the door.
Yeah, there's a guy there, as I recently described. And
Does he have the tattoo?
Not that you see. Well, if it's somewhere on his body, it's someplace you don't see it, and his hair is kind of obscuring his forehead. But he's like agape and just looking at the kids, and like Penny turns around and looks at him, and she kind of has a strange look on her face, and her jaw kind of drops.
Uh-oh.
The guy, like, his eyes immediately well with tears, and he says, "Sean, Penelope."
This has been a SRAP flashback.
As you would.
be, yeah.
No, I just wonder if something like that made him go a little crazy, because I think that was a moment for Oliver too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You
free
even
will
mentioned
versus predestination thing.
Right.
Comes to a head, and
Yeah, Penny thinks that his going over the edge religiously was actively going away from the way he was, the path that he was on as a potential independent non-believer or on the cusp, because he felt that is the person who would be screwed up in the timeline and have to go back. So he's like gone completely off the road to hopefully not be that crazy person who came back and was like, "No, let me take the children." And plus, he's still not talking. So, and that guy talked. That version talked. Yeah.
So and I think Oliver's also sensing that it's time to start moving again. So we're gonna get ready. And I think, if I'm recalling correctly, it wasn't at the end. I don't remember if this was cinematic or whatever, but we zoomed out and there were people approaching. I don't remember if we saw them through a telescope or if Jax did and didn't tell us, or I don't remember the specifics of that. But I think that there's something sketchy going on here.
Yeah, there were, and that was just basically over that couple of days that'll bring us to present. Figures have been seen off and on at the periphery. Whoever's keeping watch with the periscope or the spyglass at the railing on the top of Epsom City will see these shadowy-like figures appear. Sometimes appear like they're approaching and then disappear like in a mirage. Nobody has approached yet.
Okay.
So, but it's like they're always there, it seems.
Thank you to all of our Patreon members who have made 10 years of SRAP possible. Thank you to George Pecenica, Sholom West, Michael West, Azure Knight, Brad Mack, Michael, Irritating Fog, Robin, Ryan Smith, Eric McNeil, Dr. Tate, Cora Watson, Tracy Dickens, Ray Volk, Mark Dalmas, Tristan the Argonian, Giannis Veston, Michael Rodden, Keely Wood, Sarah Elkins, Flub 2, George Stankow, Jeff Fogg, Rupert Faullhurst, Andrea Pena, Jamie Henderson, Bard Stein, Nam Blashke, Colin M., and all the others. Thank you so much.
This episode is executive produced by George Pecenica and produced by Sholom Wife. Our Patreon sponsor is Robin. And now, on with the show.
Oh, now, one more question on the Epsom house, the house of glass, as it were.
I like the House of Glass.
Yeah, it's got
a good one.
Yeah, and it's got an irony to it because it definitely won't break like one.
Right.
And if you ever have any visitors, one way you can tell them to stay neat and clean is to not throw anything in a glass house. You know,
that's true.
You can throw fits.
In a glass house, you should not throw stones.
Right. So, question was it? How would it fit? This is like a giant ass RV. Would it fit on a road? Like a wagon road, or is this definitely something that would just plow its own path, knocking down trees and?
Yeah, I'm imagining not huge, but would not fit on a road. Like we couldn't drive it downtown without taking out some storefronts. Yeah, like right about that size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like travel over wilderness, which is good because I mean it would keep you away from who knows what, and something that size, depending on how. Well, if you were going to have it travel like Epsom City did, where it was like, well, Epsom City was huge and also moved so slowly, it's like you go to bed, you wake up, and it's like you didn't feel anything move, but you have a different view, you know?
Yeah, like cruise ship kind of thing.
Exactly.
I was thinking we point in a direction, and then we go about our business, and it just crushes through stuff until we
Right. So will that be the same principle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the goal would be smaller and faster, faster being relative. But yeah.
Okay.
So instead of crawling speed, if we can hit walking speed or a light jog, that would be good.
Okay. Now here's where I'm going to make you roll, and you're going to go, "What the hell is this for?" See, Dave, now you got me paranoid.
Roll 3 20s till you get prime numbers.
No.
Add them together.
Stop. Okay, this will be under effort, for which you have a Y.
Yes.
You have a +3 to engineering. This one include engineering.
Y +3.
Y +3.
Gonna do algebra now.
But, and again, for listeners to the show who haven't gotten the manual, make sure that the manual has been distributed by the time we get to this episode. Note to self, delete what you just said because the manual is still not ready. Okay, there are 3 ability levels after 100. It caps at 100. However, there are 3 ultimate ability ranges. X is you have almost superhero-like power in whatever that ability is, but it's not particularly controllable. And I think the example we used was if Percy Alexander had an X on his ability that would allow him to charm under appeal, for example, he might accidentally attract the wrong people. If he tries to charm someone, he might end up charming a bunch of people. He might charm them perfectly, but not exactly the way he intended, which that circumstance would have to come up for. It would just be chaotic. And, okay, so a Y is pretty much you are pretty successful automatically at whatever you intend to do. And Z, which has never come up in any of the games that I've created, even though Z is always there, is simply godlike power. It's like no dice, no question, don't even have to roll to see if you get a 1. It just happens because you said so, which is close to Y, but Y does still involve rolling to see if you get any benefits, or if you roll a 1. If you roll a 1, you still succeed, but with a flourish, that's not quite so great.
Yes.
And now that does all that make sense? It does. Good. Okay, let's move on then. Damn it, Murtagh, I hate you. Nah, you're good.
Well, since I'm on a headset, to get the nice dice rolling sound, I gotta put my face right next to the thing.
Okay, what I was gonna say was
put that in post.
This is, yeah. This is over let's say 3 days of building. So that'll be 6 20s, 2 per day. I can't even look, dude. I can't even look. I'm obscuring my own face. I can't even look at you. So 2 20s per day. So 6 20s. Add 3 to each, and just tell me what they are.
Okay. First, I'll roll 2 at a time.
Okay.
I rolled a 7 and a 17.
Okay.
That'll be a 10 and a 20.
All right.
Then a 2 and a 19. So a 5 and a... add 3, right? 5 and 22.
Okay.
And a 10 and a 15. So 13 and 18. The low rolls were when Jax was helping.
Yeah. Well, he's not, to be fair, he's like mechanically inclined, but not inventive. So you would have to show him how to do certain things. But he can turn a wrench.
Yeah.
And in the time you also said you wanted to learn more about Jax, he's an excellent provider for Penny, though she is the boss. She wears the pants of the family, so to speak. He's pretty much wrapped around her finger, but not in a like sort of puppy dog eyes, just little hearts popping around every time she walks by. He just appreciates her and that kind of thing. They have never been even the slightest bit affectionate around you, and it's not just because it's around you. It's like you get the feeling that they're in a partnership marriage.
Partner, yeah.
And she's very much the wisdom of the partnership, and he's the strength. So she says, "Fetch it," and he does. "Build it," and he does. He's got calluses on his hands. He's muscular. He's got muscles. He's a lot of times working out there in Nevada, shirts off. He's pretty ripped, and Penny would be manning the periscope. Sometimes she'd be like this, just watching you guys work with her chin on her palms, like, "Yep, that's my Jax." Anyway, moving on. And here's why you roll so many dice, because you got a 20 artificially, but you got a 22, so that's a red chip, so you can add a red chip.
Write it down.
Which is the +3 on a 20 any time. So you could go back and add 3 to that 5. That doesn't matter. This is just you're already overall. I mean, the 20, the 22, and the 18 meant you guys got some pretty good work done. It's like you can actually sit back after 3 days and go, "It's Miller time," or "Let's throw in a bucket of water to get this thing started." Pull the ripcord and start it chugging and have your first celebratory
lap around the neighborhood.
Yeah. So anything else before you do?
I guess the only 2 things that I want to make sure are ready to go. I need so I was imagining that the treads, how big were the treads? They were pretty big. I don't need huge ones, but I mean, we're talking like 10 feet tall, like that kind of thing was kind of what I was picturing.
Okay, that works.
And then, so we're gonna need a crane, so we can pull things up onto it, and a in the middle we'll have a little like balloon or a thing that goes up with that we can have our periscopes. We can have our long distance, like a mast, like a crow's nest on a ship, but it needs to be extendable, so we can pull a lever. We pull a lever and it telescopes up.
Okay.
And then provided we can steer, we'll be good to go. We'll build the rest as we go.
So it'll be just like the house in Up, except it'll be on the ground.
Yeah. It'll be down.
Down.
The sequel.
Up Periscope. Oliver inadvertently builds a subterranean house. Just travel under the earth.
I do need my crow's nest, my retractable crow's nest, to ascend and descend at a ridiculously fast rate that you need to be clipped on in order to safely man it.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm just waiting for someone to come that I need to be gone in a hurry.
So
and I'm on the platform and pull the lever.
You can eject them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's important. It's Santa comes back.
Action going there.
Yeah.
Well, what if you had like a dial that says 1, 2, and 3? 3 would be like a catapult.
Hit the button and it's like.
Yeah. One would be you want to just send up Grandma to get a good look around, and you don't want to jostle her too much.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Some adjustable.
It's like, Jax, just so you know, we're leaving this on 3 all the time because you never know. Just remember that when you get in there, hook on the harness.
Yep.
And then coming down, it's like one of those rides where you're just dangling and then suddenly drop.
It drops you.
All right. So where are you planning on heading? Because this is like the time where Jax and Penny would look at each other like, well, I guess this is it.
Time to get moving.
Where we're gonna either part ways or. or come along. We could even say, I mean, with that many days, well, no, we can't, because it's not the closest place where they could get horses for their carriage is not within walking distance. Unless, of course, they do the steam. I'm going to roll to see. All right, you know what? Eric, think of a number from 1 to 20. Don't say what it is. You'll be Jax. I will be Penny. What'd you get? What'd you think of?
14.
14. Okay. Jax gets his way. They do. It is movable using steam. They do have the sides of it. They got just like it looks like a train. Take the bottom part of a steam train and put a covered wagon on the top of it, and then have a stack for steam. And of course, almost half of the occupancy area within the covered part of the covered wagon is taken up with a big ass water tank. So Penny's like, I'm not sleeping curled in a ball, right? This is ridiculous. And he's like, we could lay out our rolls underneath when we park. And be stung by a scorpion? I don't think so. So they'll have their bickering moments, but all in all, Jax is happy. So, and then she'll relent. Oh, if he's happy, I guess I'm happy too.
I guess I'll just over time I'll just be asking them, where they have. I'm trying to get a sense of where they're headed, and if it makes sense for us to travel in the same direction. Because if they're heading northeast or southwest-ish towards the Colorado River, we'll all travel together.
They did come from generally south of you. They did circle through Texas. They did say that it wasn't because, remember, she told you Austin just isn't there.
Yeah.
And also, Texas is horrible. They didn't spend a hell of a lot of time inside certain parts of the wall. Western Texas is more open and free because it's combined to, and she tells you, I don't know if you know this or not, Mr. Oliver, but we're actually in Texas now. It's not Nevada. Texas owns all of this now, all the way up to Washington State, I believe. Because when the Union and Confederacy or the Empire and Confederacy were at it, Texas was just like, nobody's watching. Okay, we'll take the backyard then. Ours. And they didn't want to go that way, although there might be job opportunities for Texas loyalists looking to help them build up towns and cities in the West. But they're looking more towards traveling to the Northeast.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's one of the directions that we think the Epsom City survivors would have taken.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I got plenty of room here.
Okay.
You don't want to curl up next to the water tank. You can have a whole room, a house.
That'd be great. And they'd even say, look, technically we only need to go as far as to get horses, because that way we can use horses to draw it as an option. And he says, then maybe we could downsize, sort of make it a hybrid. It'll be a steampunk hybrid. You have
right.
Horses, or you can engage the water tank.
Yeah. Regenerative braking.
Right.
Yeah.
Like an Oliver Glass foot ornament put on top of both the horses. This is the Glass Dynamics. Ooh, that'd be a name for a future company.
That would be. I need a partner though. There is always two.
That's true. Yeah. If you'll find one along the way.
Yeah.
And hopefully not someone with the last name of Christian, because
that wouldn't go over well.
No. We're not Glass and Christian. We're Christian and Glass.
Well, totally different.
We're Glass and Christian, but the Christian's a lowercase c. It's not the same. It's a different company altogether. # no witches.
No witches, I swear.
All right. So, construction done. You set out, and bright and early one morning, heading northeast. And I'm not even going to pull up a map to see where we go by ear. And then when Rupert listens back, he'll name yet another river that I forgot to mention. But I mean, storytelling-wise, where there's a will, there's a way. And this thing is big enough, and it's built tall enough that even wide, fast-moving rivers would be nothing for it. I mean, you would have, and you probably would have built it with some sort of like an inverted gutter kind of a thing, where even if you were in water that was slightly more than 10 feet deep, the house would be safe, and it would like slosh around the house while the treads moved underwater, and it would be built to pretty much go over anything in almost any kind of terrain. Fantastic. All right,
and it stays solidly on the ground. It does not fly.
Right.
It does not move really fast. There's no Tesla net. No nothing.
Speaking of the Tesla net, after about a day's travel, let's say, and I will at some point have to look at the maps. All right, I'm going to be fine.
That was taken down, right?
Because you're going places.
Does it still exist?
Which? Oh, I got it standing right there. Duh. Look at the actual strap map. Oh yeah, and there's that's where Epsom City. Oh yeah, Utah. I'll have to Google Map road view to see how exactly a house would crawl over mountain ranges. I mean, I'm sure there are ways, yeah, because I mean there would have been carved roads and whatnot. I don't want to make you have to fly it. But I'm sure there are ways.
Sounds like you're getting in the air no matter what.
I know.
Yeah, mountain-wise, you'll get to park, and you can steer your house whichever room you want to have a view overlooking a huge, sprawling valley underneath mountains in the distance and whatnot. You don't want to go there. Basically because I forgot what X was supposed to be. I'm sure I have it in this Rapipedia, but you'd want to avoid that anyway, because I do remember it was bad. I know that.
Okay.
I'm just looking for... You want to go back to peace? It's like
we could stop by.
You're heading roughly in that direction, so I mean you can.
Yeah, we could park outside.
Go there because you are familiar also with the routes around there.
Yep. So do they literally just ride around randomly looking for keepers? Like that's their plan? There's not a group they're tracking or anything like that? They're just we're gonna go find some.
There were two that they had tracked to your location, and as they were heading that way, figured, oh, those two fuckers are heading for Epsom City, and they're going to overtake the city with their devilish thoughts and their anti-Trinity speech, so we got to get there and make sure they don't. And then lo and behold, that's gone. There's no people. And
right.
The keepers, they call them, apparently did not show, except for the weird shadowy figures you guys kept seeing. How
do we identify a keeper? Do they have a uniform or any distinguishing marks or no?
No. Penny says, well, they normally wear cloaks and robes, typically black, sometimes with banded leather straps or cloth strips, and the single most outstanding feature is a bone white plague doctor face mask.
Okay.
And yeah, Penny says it's the black that proves they're evil.
Not the bone face mask thing?
Maybe just a little. Oh, okay. No worries, Eric.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. Appreciate you stopping in to visit the famed Oliver Glass.
Next time I'll drop in a little longer.
Okay.
So, hey, thanks for letting me play along and listen along. Next time I'll even have the dice out so I can be a random roll.
Yeah, roll something.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Bye. Okay, now let's start again with the real story because I was going to throw him.
Drop is your steampunk adventure comedy, your silly tabletop role-play fantasy. We're the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Steamrollers Adventure Podcast, a steampunk actual play tabletop role-playing comedy adventure show based on the fiction of Michael J. Rigg. Subscribe to the show most anywhere you find podcasts, on the Rigg Stories YouTube channel or directly from steamrollersadventurepodcast.libsyn.com. To find out more about the show or other Rigg Stories productions such as the audio drama Copperheart, the animated VR YouTube comedy Whiskey Tango Furball, or the Heart of Bronze novel series, visit RiggStories.com. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/RiggStories to get perks like shoutouts, show mentions, exclusive audio and specials from all of our productions, early releases, NPC creation, and more.